On his reaction to hearing College Game Day was coming to South Carolina this weekend for their game against Missouri, Steve Spurrier said, quote, "I heard they were going to come if both of us won. I guess only one had to win." Still a compelling game, though, in the SEC East. Ray Crawford in our Campus Insider studio, and let's start with the visitors. And for that, we welcome one of the longtime voices of the Tiger Radio Network, our Missouri insider, Tom Ackerman. So, Tom, last week, Indiana made 11 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. What are the Tigers doing this week to make sure that doesn't happen for Saturday?
Well, they are making some changes on their offensive line, Ray. And first of all, one of them is because of injury, a season-ending knee injury to Anthony Gotti. That's a tough one. He's a senior. He's been through a lot of surgeries, so you feel bad for him. Replacing him is Brad McNulty, who did a pretty good job at left guard. Then on the right side, they're moving Connor McGovern to right guard. That's where he played last year. Mitch Hall kind of struggled there. Gary Pinkel, I just got off the phone with him a little while ago. He said they're just making a change there. They're bringing in Taylor Chappell to play at right tackle, and that'll be his first start on the right side. The strange thing that happened in this game, and the Tigers didn't play well, but it was strange. Evan Boehm, their center, kept snapping the ball high out of the shotgun formation. Very strange. Kind of like, remember how Chuck Knobloch couldn't throw the ball from second base to first? They don't think that's going to happen again. So they should have some things ironed out on the offensive line. As
you know, of course, this will be the first SEC game of the season for Mizzou. Tom, hang tight. Let's hear from the other side and a familiar voice to fans who listen to the Gamecocks Sports Network. He is our South Carolina insider, Andy Demetra. So, Andy, Mike Davis's body has already taken a pounding this season. He's averaging just 14.5 carries a game. That leaves some carries and opportunities out there for others who could step up.
And there might be more carries to be had on Saturday, Ray, because the Gamecocks might be without their backup running back, Brandon Wilds, suffered a shoulder injury in the Vanderbilt game. But here's a name you got to remember, Pharoh Cooper. And with a name like Pharoh, how can you forget it? He's South Carolina's sophomore wide receiver / Wildcat quarterback, coming off a career high in receiving yards against Vanderbilt, also 74 yards out of the Wildcat. Dylan Thompson, South Carolina's quarterback, told me this week they've given him the nickname Gold because it seems lately everything he's touched has turned into that.
All right, got you guys both here. So, Tom, the Tigers tinkered with the offensive line. Mizzou is second in the SEC in sacks. If this game is decided in the trenches, who wins?
Well, if Missouri has its way defensively, they can control a game. They have an outstanding defensive line, and last week against Indiana, Markus Golden didn't play. He had a hamstring injury. He is Missouri's best player, period, and he is ready to go for this game. He is a very good pass rusher. He will bull rush. He will do what he can, and on the other side, Shane Ray, who is an edge rusher, can make a big difference. So if the offensive line holds up like you would think it would, and they're not shooting shotgun snaps high over Matty Mock's head, they should be just fine. And then defensively getting after it, Missouri can win this game.
Well, Tom, you're right. The SEC is a line of scrimmage league, so I think a lot will be decided in the trenches on Saturday. Steve Spurrier was asked this week about his team's pass rush, and his reply was, pass rush, what's that? Not exactly a ringing endorsement for his unit that only has 4 sacks this year. By comparison, Mizzou defensive end Shane Ray has 6 by himself. But also South Carolina has a very strong offensive line. We've said that all season long, and even with Golden returning, even with the guy like Ray firing off the edge, South Carolina feels confident they can keep them at bay. Steve Spurrier, by the way, paid Missouri the ultimate compliment about their defense on Wednesday when he said, they've got no fat guys.
Yeah, and Spurrier has respect for the speed of Missouri's defense, which is just as fast as last year. I'll tell you a key to this game also. The special teams for South Carolina, we all know, has been really bad. And Marcus Murphy is a dangerous kick returner, so they're going to have to face another one. Murphy can also catch passes, and that could be important because Darius White's out with an injury. So he could be a key player. Pharoh Cooper, a really good one for South Carolina. Missouri has its own in Marcus Murphy. So this could be interesting on Saturday night.
All right, guys, touching on all 3 phases of the game, and we'll see how it plays out Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Tom, Andy, thanks for the time. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
And aside from this game, we hope you will carve out some time to check out one of our featured games on the site when Holy Cross plays host to Fordham, and one of the top running backs in FCS football in Chase Edmonds. It's the Rams and Crusaders, Patriot League football, Saturday at 1 Eastern on CampusInsiders.com.